What's up, guys? As you all know, I am a huge bass kayak fishing fan. I love to bass fish from my kayak. And so, if you're like me, when you first got into fishing, you started looking online for some bait casters, perhaps some spinning rods, spinning reels, and you got sticker shock. You could not believe how expensive this quality stuff is. And that's how I got turned on to casting. I started looking for high end quality fishing equipment that people could afford. And that is Cast King's, that's their slug line, affordable fishing innovation. And they tell the truth. I enjoyed their fishing equipment so much that I went out and initiated contact with Cast King to become an ambassador. I have been an ambassador now for 2.5 years. I don't bring it up a lot. But hey, I just want to say to y'all, if you want to help support the show, you're looking for some quality fishing equipment, head over to d-410.com/fish. Click on the link, check out the Cast King gear. You'll be happy you did. I'll get a little bit of thank you from Cast King. You're supporting the show. We're all happy. Thank you so much. Now on to the show. Say something now.
Something now?
Say it now.
Hear me now.
Saying it now.
Oh, there you are.
Saying it now.
Saying
Saying
it
it
now. Oh,
now.
okay, hold on. Hold it. La, 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 la. Go ahead.
Hello. Hey, suck
Hey,
on my
Clarice. Okay, I think we're
chocolate
good.
salty bells.
I think we're good,
So,
Clarice.
so is my audio as hot as my video?
Ooh, spicy.
What's up? What's up? OG5. We're kicking it off in the middle of a conversation just to catch the boys off guard. How's it going, ladies?
Ugh.
It's going fine as frog's hair.
Hey, ladies, get a funky.
Do it, lady.
Do it on your birthday.
Do it on your birthday.
It's amazing what becomes viral. If you're on the internet in 2002, 2003, you would understand the badgers, 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 mushrooms, mushrooms, badgers, 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 mushrooms, snake, snake. Oh, it's a snake. It was a Java video, just went on in a loop for eternity. Little cartoon badgers, badgers, doing jumping jacks. Badgers, 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 mushrooms, mushrooms. I'm trying to think what would be considered the first viral video and or meme. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
Let's ask the old robot why you think about it.
Oh, hey, what about the dancing squirrels or whatever they were, the chipmunks?
I
Maybe.
don't remember that
I
one.
don't even remember them. Only, what I get confused with is I start thinking of the dead rats from the Quiznos commercials.
Um, hmm. That's a good question. We've had a long time with the internet now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
It's
like
not
it
long
was
enough.
just it's not like it was just 5 years ago that the internet became popular.
Well, sadly, I just heard a
Mm.
report. AI has already generated more content than humans have since the internet's been around.
Get the fuck out of here,
Oh,
really?
yep.
No shit.
Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, you guys have any guesses? The very first one,
I don't know.
I can give you an example of how big. Okay, let's start off this way. 1996, believe it or not, was the first viral internet sensation.
Really?
Yep.
That long ago?
Yep, it circulated via email and websites.
Oh man.
Google wasn't even around. Don't cheat. Put your phone down, boy. I see you down there looking
I,
at your phone trying to cheat.
I was trying to find the one I was talking about so I could send it to you.
I got the top 10 here. So what do we just name a few and I'll let you
In
know if they're on the
in
list.
1996 I was 4, so I don't know what it could have been.
It was so big. Can't hear it. It was so
Can't hear it.
big that it was featured on Ally McBeal. And that wasn't
Oh,
even
the
on
dancing
here.
baby.
Yeah, that wasn't even on here. I just soon as I saw Dancing Baby, I had Ally McBeal. Yep, Dancing Baby was the first viral video. It was a 1996 era computer graphic 3D rendered baby dancing around. Second, number two viral video ever. I wish you'd tell me. I want to see. Relist these with how many views. See what we get. Okay. No, this doesn't help because now they're getting them in different orders.
Wow, that was the first one, huh?
Yep, and that's some. I haven't seen it since 2000, so it probably looks even worse than I remember the quality wise.
The quality is shit.
Yeah, it was made on a like 100 megahertz processor with like
Yeah.
64 megabytes of
And
RAM.
it's probably been shared so many fucking times that that quality has just dropped off over the years.
Bad Day MPEG, 1997. A clip of a man in a cubicle smashing his computer in frustration. One of the earliest known viral video clips to spread once again via email and web. These things are
What was it called? Bad Day?
Bad Day MPEG. So these are like MPEG files. These are not even videos. These are just like files, like almost
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah. Because some of them
2000.
have resurfaced too. So,
So we went from 96 to 97, right? So okay, the internet's rolling along. Nothing for 3 years. 2000. We didn't have the next quote unquote viral video or viral media on the internet until 2000. Don Hertzfeld's Rejected, an absurd animated short that circulated on humor and animation websites. That one does not ring a bell to me at all. Now, this one, I think most of the people in my audience will remember. What is it, good or bad?
it had audio with it too. I was listening to that, The Bad Day,
Oh,
and I didn't realize it had audio to it. He's slamming his keyboard.
sadly, I can just imagine the sound of the keys. I know what a
Oh,
keyboard is.
it's so roomy and airy too. It just echoes.
What do you think number three is? Think back to
Uh,
2002, 2003.
mm.
I'll give you a hint. It featured a young high school aged chubby kid who was filming something for a class project.
Mm.
It involved a choreographed dance, but it's sci-fi themed. The
I
Star
remember
Wars kid. Remember he had the lightsaber and he was doing the lightsaber dance. He's a little pudgy, short, like fat kid.
Star Wars kid.
The Star Wars kid. Look that up. You'll remember it. You're still pretty young there.
Yeah.
Star.
Oh yeah, the fat kid with the double lightsaber.
Yeah, he was doing like the Darth Maul dance.
Yeah. Oh, stupid ad.
Yep.
No way.
Yep. Then we jump again to 2003. The End of the World, or The End of the World, a flash animated that gained meme status, quoted widely under humor sites. I don't remember that one.
That one I remember. It was
But-
End of Z World, ZE.
yeah.
Yeah, End of Z World was okay, so here's the Earth, it's round, and then he's talking about every single country along the way and how it all explodes, and then California is going to break off and go hang out with Hawaii and Alaska.
I
Everybody
guess.
else is going to be dead. So
2004, Numma Numma.
Numa, oh Numa Numa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Numa Numa.
Phenomena.
Phenomena. I don't know. Gary Brosson lip syncing.
Yes, the fucking oh, it was that song?
Phenomena.
No, the na na nee na 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 na
Oh,
na 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 na. That song.
Okay, I did not remember this one in 2007. This one jumped into my hemisphere, which is crazy because I was actively working in the IT space when fucking Google was born. I was working in California for Lunar Pages, which was since bought out by Host Papa, who hosts our websites. Yeah.
And it all comes back around.
Well, because that's how D-410 started. I had to have a website to know how to
Yeah.
do websites to troubleshoot. So like the 3 years I worked for them, I had a free website, and then when I quit, they just let me have it for free. And then Host Papa bought them out, and then I had to pay. And then our podcast started picking up, so it went from $90 a year to $90 a month. Now we're at $110 a month because of bandwidth costs. But yeah, I remember that this came out in 2007. I don't remember it, but it came into my purview the last 4 years or so on TikTok.
Mm.
Ow, Charlie, that hurt.
Charlie
Charlie bit my
finger.
finger.
Bit my finger.
Yep. You can't
Ouch,
hold your baby
Charlie.
buddies, brother. Ouch, Charlie, that hurt. I don't
That
think that
really
would.
hurt.
Okay, here's a question. Would that video been a meme with a Midwestern standard Ohio non-accent?
No,
Oh,
the
never.
accent sold it.
Would
The
it
accent
be,
sold it.
would it
Cute
be
little kids, but the accent sold it for
would
sure.
it be viral if they had like a deep Mississippi? Ow, Charlie bit my. I'm still doing the British accent. I'm just trying to do
Ow,
the Southern.
Charlie bit my finger.
Yeah, you almost had a little Australian at the beginning of that
Actually,
one.
that probably would fly.
The
Damn
thing
it,
is,
Charlie bit my finger.
what is it about? We've said that phrase so many times in the British accent, even though I'm from Kentucky and I can do a hill. I cannot say that phrase in a hillbilly accent. I can't do
Yeah.
it. I just it keeps pulling out the
So it's just ouch, ouch, Charlie.
ouch.
It's the Charlie.
Want to go down yonder next? Let's buy some winders and go down yonder next to the creek. Charlie bit my finger. Nope. See, I went Australian. I can't say that phrase. I dipped in a little bit in
Oi,
Australia or New Zealand. Oi, Charlie bit
fucking
my
Charlie bit
finger.
my fucking finger.
A dingo bit my baby.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
Um, no year on this. I guess maybe 2007. Number eight, the keyboard cat. While the original
Okay.
footage is older, it became a meme and a viral video while repurposed online. Who's calling me from a 941 address?
You know, I think I just got that same phone call. Nope,
931?
502.
No.
502.
So we both got spam calls at the exact same time.
Yep.
Creepy.
Mm.
Creepy. Just to burn through this. Number nine, 2006. So it looks like videos really haven't gained. Oh, that's because they did the first top 10. That's why. Every day, Nola Kalina. A time-lapse video showing the creator aging over years because of a popular. Don't remember that one.
The dude,
Noah Kalina. I don't know if that's a dude, a chick,
there was a dude that every day from
for
the
like a
time he
year.
was like, no, it was for like 20 years.
Oh wow.
Right, like, yeah, every day for like 20 or 25 years or something. He's in his 40s now. But
Yeah.
when he started when he was like 12 years old, he took a picture of himself every day in the
Oh
same
yeah, I heard about that.
same thing every day, and it was a progression all the way for like 20 or 25 years, whatever it was.
That would be rough too
That was,
because the first year and a half, old 8-bit fucking
yeah.
digital camera.
It wasn't that bad, actually. It really wasn't. It was actually pretty. I think I'm assuming he's like some kind of a photographer or something like that because the photos really weren't that bad. But I also saw another video where their father took a picture of his daughter every week until she was like 21 years old or something like that, which was another pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So Charlie bit my finger. The dingo ate my baby. That came out in 2007.
Yeah.
By 2022, and I'm assuming these are YouTube views. It doesn't specify. 897 million views.
Million?
Million.
Hmm.
897 million. I hope they were monetized. I really do.
Yeah.
So every time
Nine, it's close to
somebody
900 million now.
so every time somebody uses that for something else, does that count as a view?
No,
If it's linked directly to the YouTube link.
which
For
is usually,
example, if someone were to
I don't know if that
embed,
is.
I'm just saying hypothetically,
Yeah.
if someone were to take the episode of What's in Your Head that got a lot of traction a few weeks ago and they embed that in their website and people play it from a website, it'll count as a tick. But if someone recorded it as a screenshot or as a Java base and knocked it off, for example,
If somebody reposts it, basically, if they
uploads it to
share
their
the video,
platform.
yes, if they share the video, then it counts as views for us or whatever video that's being watched. But if they re-upload it to a separate channel, then it doesn't count.
And now it's
Yeah,
time
so
for a
if they
public
just
service announcement. Hi, Don from Digital 4 Media, 410 Media here. As a public service announcement for content creators, when you're on YouTube, nay, sorry about that. When you're on TikTok and you're watching a video, if it has a couple of lines through it or like a spinny black thing, that means that is not their original content. They took it and they put a line through it so the algorithm doesn't detect that they stole someone else's shit. So anytime a video, regardless of how great it may be, comes across your line, your news feed and has a line, a weird font, a weird filter, don't watch it because it's not the original content creator's video. Someone's getting views off of someone else's work. And this has been a content creators public service announcement brought to you by Digital 410 Media. And so, yeah, and I don't know.
So thank you, young man, because I've seen a few videos like that and I had no idea what that black line was all about.
So,
Old Grandpa Morgan coming out on
as
that
an aside,
one.
my boss's wife has asked me in my video editing prowess to take family photos and create a slideshow for their daughter's wedding coming up in a few weeks.
Oh,
And she was at the office and she sent me a text message to the link of the of the Google site. Carrie sent me a photo today of a classwork assignment someone had to draw. It was done quite well, but it was foods I hate. And this lovely young second grader drew a burrito standing up with a silver plate underneath it. And she sent it to me, and I replied back, "That's a funny looking burrito. Clearly, it looked like an erect penis." Well, when my boss's wife is standing there, I picked up my phone to check the text, and that image is on my screen. I didn't acknowledge it. I just went back on and said, "Oh, here you go." But she's probably like, "What the hell is he got on his phone?" But the kid did a good job. At the tip of the burrito, it was nice and rounded because it had a stack of tomatoes and a line of onions, and the tortilla was nice and brown and girthy.
I
And
can't
it just
believe you
had a
didn't
nice
share that with
silver.
us.
It had a nice silver plate at the bottom that just right the perfect angles. It was a beautiful burrito, I should say. But yeah, it was one of those incidences. I was like, yeah. So what happened was, no, I didn't even acknowledge it.
Uh,
that's okie dokie, buddy. It's okie dokie.
So yeah, what do y'all been up to for the last week?
Wondering what the hell you've been up
nothing,
to, buddy.
I've been traveling the Caribbean.
Yeah.
nothing quite as cool as you there, big fella.
I
Yeah,
spent some time on some water, not even
you
counting
did.
hours. The longest record I think is when me, you, and Ron went out on Lake Okeechobee and we were on our kayaks for 13 hours straight, with the
That was
exception
a
of the
that
few
was a
times we got off.
that was a bad day for stupid over here.
But
Yeah, let's wear shorts and not put on sunscreen. That's a good plan.
yeah, especially when you're pale as you are.
And then we had to fucking pale. What are you talking about, pale? My legs, maybe at the time, yeah. But then we had to make a special trip to go to Walmart so I could get pants and fucking a tub of aloe vera. That
Yeah,
was a great
I
time.
usually wear a 12-inch inseam, but I'm going to go fishing with a 7-inch. When I sit down, it's going to be a
Yeah.
5-inch. So I'm going to have 4.5 inches of fucking white fish belly meat showing in the
Uh-huh.
hot sun.
Just fucking meat, just sizzling in the sun.
Why is it, Mike, every time I come over to your kayak, I smell bacon?
Yeah. Well, that would be my meat cooking, sir. How do you like? Medium rare? Well done.
So I've spent 14 hours on a kayak. I've been on Mike's boat all day. I've been out on the SS. Hold on a second. So I've been out on Mike's boat all day. I've been out on the SS American Victory Liberty ship in Tampa, out on the bay. I did a 4-day cruise last year, a booze cruise, if you will, and I've never experienced sea legs. It took me. Hold on, I'm fucking dying over here. We'll take it. We'll do it live. We'll take
Time,
it from the top.
time,
Fuck it. We'll
time
do it
for a sippy
live.
sip.
We'll do it live. It's time for a little shippy ship.
Oh, I'll take another.
This is a news break. For those of you living in Cape Coral, Florida, our only one and only Chick-fil-A's finally re-fucking opened after 6 months.
Yay!
They put
Ours is still being redone.
they put canopies over the parking lot, so now you feel like you're in line at Universal Studios. But the coolest thing that they got rid of the drive-through window.
Yeah.
They made a drive-through window / full-size door, so they
Yeah.
can just walk out and bring your food to you.
Yep. It's kind of reminiscent of like Sonic. Where
Yeah,
they just fucking bring the food to you at this point.
Yep.
I mean, I don't even know if they have a dine in at this point, but
yeah, they do, but it's
do they?
it's fucking hectic chaos in there.
They're still working on ours, but I saw that they had the canopies out there and they had fans and all that shit, which is nice for the workers because it's hot as balls when you're
Especially
out
here
there
in
standing in the
Florida.
sun.
But yeah,
But
so I've spent a lot of time on a lot of water, and I've never had the 3 days of whenever you're stationary or not occupying your mind and your eyes with either TV or something, but like you're sitting on the toilet or you're just chilling. You know, oh shit. No, no, it don't feel like the room's rocking. You just fall over. You're like, oh fuck. Or if
mm,
you're standing there, you take a step like you're drunk. And if you think about it, it makes sense. I literally spent 7 days, with the exception of basically, I'll give you the schedule here in a minute. Uh, my ground was in constant forward motion plus some
Yeah.
subtle side to side. And so you get used to it. And then you get on the
Mhm.
land and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I can't walk.
Yeah.
So
See, I get like that, like just for an afternoon. Like the next day, I'm fine. But if I go out on a boat, I get those sea legs. But it's like I'm like this. I
yeah,
do this when I get
yesterday I finally lost it.
yeah.
So we drove to Miami, which by the way, for those of you who want, how, when you live within driving distance of a port, cruises become affordable. Because if you live in Ohio, Indiana, you got to buy that $500 plane ticket to fly your fucking asses down here and then get on the cruise. Where if you're driving, with the exception of the $25 a day parking, we'll talk about that in a fucking minute. But so we left on Sunday. We are on the Carnival Celebration. It's the ship name's been reused like 6 times. It's basically the biggest boat in their fleet.
Let's take a gander.
And we've been watching videos off and on. You know, we watched a lot of them last year because we booked this thing last year, basically paid on it for over the year. And but you, so let me rewind a little bit because I know Morgan mentioned it pre-show. He wanted to know the difference between this year's and last year's. This is technically my third cruise. My first Carnival cruise was back in 2004 when I moved down here. The girl I was dating at the time's parents got married on the boat going out of Tampa to Cozumel. And how it works is if you get married on a cruise, but not your whole people can go, you get married on the boat before the boat leaves the port. So your friends can come, watch your wedding, and if they don't have tickets, sucks to be you, get the fuck off the boat. We're going to have a good time. And then the rest of the party leaves with the boat. And so I was obviously their daughter's plus one, so I got a cruise out deal. We went to Cozumel, and it was funny because her grandparents were long time Royal Caribbean connoisseurs. We very seldomly slum it down here with your common folk on the Carnival. And the problem with these 3 day cruises is it's what's it called? A booze cruise because they're cheap
Mm.
and the beer's plenty. And back in 2004, the soda drink package was $25 a day, which is pretty damn cheap. Actually, I think it was $25 for the whole damn weekend. That's how cheap it was for all you could drink soda. And then last year, I took with Carrie's family a 3 day cruise to Cozumel, not Cozumel, but to Nassau. Funny thing, I didn't even realize until this year. Last year, 22 years later, I'm still hearing the same complaints. You know, I rarely come on these 3 day booze cruises because people get drunk and fight. And I put out the YouTube video we talked about last year. There were a lot of debauchery. Every night there was fights at the buffet because people be waiting in line. Some drunk asshole would come cut up in front and get in line, and nothing gets a room full of drunks worse than being at a buffet waiting in line and somebody cuts in line, thinks that, you know, not just cuts in front of you, but cuts in right to the buffet and starts pushing people all the way and grabbing food. And so this is a 7 day cruise, and the hypothesis proved out. Same demographic racially and culturally, it was still probably 50% white, 40% black, and then 10% a couple other cultures, but it was damn near a 50-50. No drunks, no fights. And the difference is because it's a 7 day cruise, everything's more expensive. And so now you're not catering to the demographic of 21 to 32-year-olds who just, you know, basically bringing some beer money and just going to get shit faced for 3 days straight and not have to worry about driving home and stop off some cool shit same place. Now you have people family oriented, you know, a lot of mid 30s and up. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple some teenagers and you know kids in their 20s, but once again, when you're investing this much money, you're not going to be super assholey. And they do have a mild minimum 15 drinks a day when you get the all you can drink fucking drink card. But no, what shocked me and my hypothesis proved out to be true. So this is the biggest fleet, and I think Mike's looking at it. It's pretty. It's
Decent. It's decent.
what year is this? I'm sorry to be all over the place, but that's the way my brain works.
2025, buddy.
Can you believe in the year
Please.
2025, this boat was designed and put out in 2022, so it's only 3 years older. In 2022, We're still following the no 13th floor fucking superstition.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I'm on floor 18. No, technically you're on floor 17, asshole, because they don't have a 13. The math's still there. So, yeah, 18 floors, but technically 17. But 17 and 18 are kind of half. It's, a little bit up front, a little bit back because 16 is the Lido deck. Now, Mike, if you just pull up another tab, just look at Carnival Celebration 1990. That's when it first came out. Those of you along at home, I'll describe what Mike's going to see. So you're going to see, imagine if you will, a place in time. No, um, God, everybody, our audience can be too young for this too. The Love Boat. That was a Princess Cruise Line. But the Lido deck, think of the Titanic. The Lido deck is open. It's a sun deck. You put a bunch of chairs, you sit out in the sun. You see how big the Lido deck is on the 1990 version of the Celebration? The whole top's just open. It looks like a basketball court. It's all teak wood. Got your pool up there maybe. But in the 2000s, you have your pools, you got chairs everywhere, some hot tubs. And over time, they add basketball courts, and mine had a fucking roller coaster on it. But people go on cruises to go to cool places and to sunbathe, get out in the sun. And we kind of complained last year that the Sunrise, which is a very small boat, had a relatively small pool. The pool's a little bit bigger than what you would have like at a rich person's backyard house, really. The pool is about the size of a modest in-ground pool, but then they have kind of a splash pad to catch the overflow from the rocking. So you can fit a decent full of people there. But you walk up there and you're like, there's 5,600 people on this boat. And we got a pool about the size of my boss's house. This is going to get real crowded real quick. Now, do you think Carnival would make that mistake if they're building a boat in 2022? No, they did their market research. And you see it when you're on the boat. We've gotten so big, the proverbial, like, not just the proverbial we, I mean, oh, fucking we have gotten so big, and so many people have gotten so content with being indoors that a majority of the people on this vessel preferred to be in the AC, whether it's at the buffet, the casino, the live shows, the comedy shows. At no point, now, you can probably tell by my tan, we spent 80% of our time on the Lido deck. We were out in the sun. Carrie broke out. Either they were taking naps or seeing the shows. But my point is, so many people on this boat preferred to be in AC instead of out in the sun that this brand new state-of-the-art boat has a very small pool. And not just the pool, but the actual sunbathing area is greatly reduced compared to what they were 30 years ago, even 10 years ago. Well, not only that, but it's just conditioning, right? I often joke, because I wear jeans every day, and Carrie's like, "Why aren't you getting hot?" I'm like, "No, I'm just a Floridian who surfs from one climate-controlled environment to the next until I get home, right? I'm in my house, I walk to my car, got AC, walk to my office, sit in my office in 73 degrees, and reverse the process until I get back home." But I think we've gotten so conditioned and so out of shape that a lot of people just have no desire to be out in direct sunlight. Otherwise, why would you risk not having enough space on your sun deck? But it was not at one time or problem an issue with overcrowdedness. I will say, you remember the Dookie scene? Dookie! In Caddyshack? The candy bar in the pool?
Yeah.
In the pool, and they're out there pressure washing it. And don't worry, it's a candy bar. First day. So we left on Sunday. And all day Monday was a at sea day, meaning we're just hauling ass down to the Caribbean. Some kids swimming in the pool. It is salt water. They suck the water right out of the ocean. They run it through their remote osmosis and put chlorine in and clean it up. It's clean water, but it's salt water. Kid Ralph's in the pool. Blah, blah. Full day at sea on Monday. They had the main pool that he just threw up in, and then there's like two smaller pools on the back. They fucking drained it. And I have pictures I took because in your state they have a TV with all the cameras. And straight out of Caddyshack, there's two guys down the pool with a fucking pressure washer, just pressure washing the shit out of this pool. And then Thursday rolls around, and I'm chilling on the sun. I'm chilling in the pool, and this kid, blah, fucking Christ, here we go again. So within 7 days, the pool got yacked in twice. But good news, it was by 8-year-olds and not 23-year-olds who can't handle their booze.
That's a lot better.
Um,
By 8-year-olds that can't handle their booze.
let's do this. Let's refer. You guys ask me questions. That way, I don't have to think about shit you might be interested in. You could ask me questions, and I'll answer them.
All
Okay.
right, I'll go first.
Real quick, out of those 18 floors, you only utilize, and I'm putting out a YouTube video. I took a gimbal, did a shitload of recording. I filled up 200 gigs on my phone. But anyhow, out of that 18 floors, 17 because I'm 13, you're going to use 16, which is the Lido deck, 17, which has guys, burgers, and food places and smoking section. And then you're going to use 6, 7, and 8. 6 is where the casino's at, 7 has restaurants, and 8 has shows. So out of those 16 floors, you're only utilizing 4. So it's not like, holy shit, this boat's huge. It's just a lot of fucking hotel rooms stacked with some cool places to go. But from there,
Right.
ask away.
So I heard that they banned rap music. Is that
Yeah,
did you notice that?
yes and no. One of the things people complain about is they ban boots on the ground. And I mentioned this to Carrie, being from Ohio and Kentucky. I would love to hop in a time machine and get some people's opinions both in both communities. When you tell the fine country folks sitting at home watching CMT, remember that old line dancing show that they had?
Oh yeah.
They literally had, it was like the cracker version of Soul Train. Instead of young hip kids dancing to Jackson 5 and that, it was a bunch of straight laced, stick of the ass, the whitest white folk you can think of, like in Arkansas, doing straight up line dancing. This is back when they invented the watermelon crawl. I mean, this was straight up. My
Thank you,
stepmom used to
Breaky.
watch it. It was straight. If you'd gone back then and told them, and then also the hip hop community was full blown in their gangster rap era, that in 2025 both races would be participating in the same line dance, that there would be a black line dance song. But that was one of the complaints. Like, they're not playing boots on the ground. No, they played it twice. Everything was cool. Everything was fine. They stopped playing rap music because they were having problems. And one of the problems, which I saw it firsthand last year, especially on the 4-day cruises. You got booze cruises, right? You have 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and then you got young upper lower class and low middle class young families trying to take their kids on an affordable cruise. When you play the hip hop out there and you got drunk 20 and 30-year-olds in thongs twerking in front of 3 and 5-year-olds, it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and I heard people complaining, and I'm like, well, guess what else they don't play on this cruise? They don't play punk rock music. They don't want moshing in their fucking bars. They don't play an Insane Clown Posse on this boat. They don't play fucking heavy metal. So trust me, there's a lot more people complaining about shit that isn't getting played. It was just a lot of, Jamaican style cruise music, some 80s throwback stuff, and then
Well,
really not,
I'm sure they also have cruises that exist that, are like adults only type, cruises that are, 3
yes,
or
but
four
to
day
be fair to
cruises.
Carnival, and I even heard Greg Gutfeld make a Carnival joke this today about something, but Carnival has gotten a bad rap because of all the videos over the last 5 years of people drag out just brawls and fights and this and
Yeah.
that. And a lot of it came from the dance clubs at night. And so they're like, yo, we gotta make a change. Just like I remember when Brad and I drove from Ohio to LA in 1999. It was the first time I went to a bar that had a sign that said no no ball caps and no flags. Because the gang culture was so big, they didn't want people having any hats. You couldn't have a hat, t-shirt, or a flag. So like me and Brad had to go back to his car, like try to find a button-up shirt and take our hats off just so we can go to a bar. But that,
Yeah.
that was the culture. And so sadly,
So when you say
Carnival has been getting a lot of bad press. So yes, they it's more what they did. It was not so much get rid of rap. And this makes sense. They got rid of, hey, don't be bringing Bluetooth speakers and playing your own music.
Yeah.
That was more of it,
that was my next question.
Well,
which would get
and
annoying if
playing,
you had 33 different speakers in one area and they're playing 33 different types of music, regardless of what it is. it's just going to be a fucking audio overload.
But also, club music today is not the same as club music was in the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, and even some of the 70s. Like club style music has changed so much. And the club music today is not family appropriate,
Yeah,
you
and so
know?
what they were playing was the equivalent of what you would hear on B103. Now I know that's a local
Sure.
reference, but just for those in your audience, I know no one listens to radio, but it's basically radio safe pop music, modern contemporary with some throwback stuff.
The
They
hits.
Yeah, they played Outcast and stuff like
Sure.
that. But here's the thing. You're a company making money off of 5,600 people on a boat. I can't play a song on my YouTube video that gets 400 views. So even
Right.
when the DJs were playing, they were playing shortened versions of these songs because of licensing. They still paid
Right.
licensing, but you wouldn't hear the entire version of it. You would hear like a verse and a chorus of Outkast, and then they would go into a different song. So
Right.
they're playing hip hop, not so much rap, but radio friendly stuff you would hear on your pop contemporary top 40 station. You're not going to, they're not playing Tech Nine or,
Well, yeah, and
Kanye West, but
I
they're
wouldn't even
playing,
say, I would even say, I mean, based off of what you're saying, I mean, I wouldn't even say that they didn't play rap or anything like that either. It's the fucking,
you're on a cruise.
it's, it's like the fucking, like, ghetto fucking music, like
Yeah,
the fucking trap music and
yeah,
the fucking,
exactly.
all that fucking, like, oh, let's get naked, let's fuck, or,
It'd be
let's,
yeah, to your
all
point,
that,
it would
the
be different.
nasty shit.
To your point, for the other culture, it'd be the equivalent of while the DJ's playing uh the softest, most ballady version of Metallica,
Right.
you know, whatever, nothing else matters. Let's say
Yeah.
they're playing the radio friendly Nothing Else Matters, and then you got a group of fucking diehard metalheads pissed off because they're not playing Metal Church or Nuclear Assault
Right.
or fucking hardcore Pantera.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we're going to play the society friendly version of that style of music. But it wasn't
Yeah.
just modern day. They'd roll from Outcast into like Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll for a verse.
Right. Right.
It was
But
your basic wedding music, really.
it's
So
designed, it needs to be designed to please everybody.
Correct.
Not just you can't and you're not going to please everybody, unfortunately.
No, you're not.
You have to be appropriate for everyone, not just
Yeah.
fucking, oh, well, this is a fun fucking 3 day or 4 day cruise and we need to get fucking lit and get turned up and all. And that's not what it's about. So,
Especially on a 7 day. So yeah,
huh?
especially on a
so
7 day.
how many
Right. They
times
get
did you
the
hear
longer
Cha
it
Cha
goes.
Slide?
Um, with the sail away party, they went from boots on the ground. No, they say boots on the ground in front of the crescendo because the scuttlebutt was they banned it, right? So it was, I think they started off with the it's electric. So they started the electric
Boogie,
slide,
woogie,
and then
woogie.
they cut into another line dance, and then they hit yours, and then the crescendo was boots on the ground. But then I think 2 nights later, a DJ came out and played it again. Since we're on the topic of entertainment, if you've never been on a cruise, they got live shows. They got like a circus show, comedians. The comedians were great. I can't tell a story.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody would know, or
uh,
just cruise comedians.
no, there's a one guy you probably know, a DJ Cruz, Hispanic dude. He was on there. You might
Maybe.
recognize his face. And then there's a younger guy named Tim, and I forget his last name. Sorry, Tim. It's day one, right? So we leave at Sunday at noon, and then you hit international waters, the casinos open up, and it's fucking party on. Now, for the people who have the drink package, they can have up to 15 alcoholic beverages a day. So people start drinking early. And even if you don't have a drink package, you can buy booze. This guy shows up, 2025, all inclusive, everybody's welcome. Dude's gayer than the day is long, which I'm only putting out because it's pertinent to the story. I don't know why. He had a cowboy hat on. The weirdest fucking swimsuit. Only thing I can think of. Remember the old fashioned 1920s men's swimsuits that look like wrestling singlets with the white belt?
Yeah.
He had on that, but it wasn't black. The old swimsuits were black with white. This was a a light OD brown, like almost khaki, but then it had like little green palm trees all over it. All right. Probably 3-inch inseam on the shorts, a little white belt, cowboy hat, sunglasses. Saw him around the
All
bar.
right.
I'm all day long, having a grand old fucking time. He shows up to the comedy show 5 minutes late, and he sits in the front row in this attire. Happens to sit next to a complete random stranger who is your straight out of Central Casting Texan, cowboy hat, fucking beard, button up shirt.
Like the polar opposite of this
Polar
guy.
opposite. They both have cowboy hats on. One is gay as the day is long, has a singlet on, cowboy hat. The other guy, probably, if you would have looked hard enough, you probably would have found a spitter on the floor. I'm sure he had. I'm sure. I'm sorry, it's 2025. He's transitioned from the spitter to the Zen pouch. I'm sure he had at least 3 Zen pouches up his nose and his lip. And the guy walks in, and the comedian goes, "What the fuck was that?" And he sat down. He goes, "I'm sorry, sorry." He's like, "You guys know each other?" No. He's okay. For the audience, he's like, "You got the most manly cowboy Texas, and then you got this. Hey." He did, and they're all good sports, but he did 35 minutes on these two. Just the fact that the two most random people wearing cowboy hats on both ends of the spectrum.
Polar opposites. That's
And
wild.
so he was making fun of them. He did 30 minutes on them. Then he walks out, and DJ Cruz comes on, and he starts his bit, and he looks down and goes, "Holy fuck, Tim, you're absolutely right." DJ has to do 10 minutes on this guy, and then he starts doing crowd work. And he starts making, because he's Hispanic, he starts doing the unifying. We're all in a big tent. We're gonna make fun of fucking everybody. He did. He made fun of everybody in the room. It was a great show. But and the guy in the singlet took it in great spirits. He was walking out, and I was sitting at a different bar, and him and his mom was great because he was on the cruise ship with his mom. Oh, that's the funny thing. So this guy's white as hell, gay as the day is long. His mom's probably in her 60s. Apparently, his mom had gone to the clean show earlier, meaning it's still comedy, but it's intended not to be too. Apparently,
more
PJ
family friendly.
more PG-14. You know, you
Okay,
can,
yeah.
you know, it's not full blown American Pie, but it's kind of not. It's not Porky's, but it's American Pie.
So like, okay, sure.
Okay, so there's no penises through shower walls, and there's no boobs on there except for the one Shannon Elizabeth. Can we take a moment for Shannon Elizabeth? Okay, and so
Probably going to need more in a moment.
not modern day Shannon Elizabeth, but yeah, and so DJ was talking. He's like, "That's your mom." He said, "That's right. We were talking earlier. She was telling us at the clean show how she looks to hook up with Hispanic dudes because DJ's Mexican." So, he's like, "Yeah, your mom was talking about how her ex-boyfriend is Mexican. We were talking about her love for Mexican guys." But anyhow, so fast forward, him and his mom were going upstairs, and some guy was like stopped and said, "Hey, man, I saw you at the comedy show. Good sport." He's like, "Yeah, he had a good time with me, but he took it well, and it was funny as hell." But yeah, so we all got together, laughed at each other like we did back in the '90s, which was refreshing for some of these younger cats because you could see like the 20-year-olds that, when DJ's making fun of the black guys and making fun of the white guys and making fun of the gays, and Tim was too. Tim made this hilarious joke. He's like, "Yeah, lesbians, I like what you do. You get in there, you get that seal going real strong." Talking about scissoring and stuff, but it was fun to see the younger cats who've clearly never been to live comedy or old school live comedy.
Yeah.
For the first 5 minutes, they're like, "Ooh." By 20
Well,
minutes
and-
in, they've let their guard down. They relax, like, "Oh, it's fucking. This is not only is this okay, but this is some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life." Which we need more of that.
Comedians are the last breed of people that are allowed to actually say shit, and nobody
Oh,
really
yeah.
gets
Until they
offended.
start self-censoring, which we dealt
Right.
with for like last 6 years, but they're starting to come back around.
Right.
So, as somebody who's been carrying a firearm for over 13 years daily, One of the biggest inconveniences is when you come home, you need to take your firearm off of yourself and put it somewhere safe, somewhere secure, especially if you have kids. Now, I know most of us are responsible. We have a gun safe somewhere, but let's be honest, usually these gun safes are big, they're bulky, they're kind of out of the way because they're a bit of an eyesore. Your wife doesn't want them where everybody can see them, so sometimes they're in your closet behind some clothes, sometimes they're in the garage, sometimes they're in the mudroom. And let's be honest, taking your firearm out and walking to those locations to secure it is a pain in the butt. But you have to be a responsible firearm owner, especially if you have kids in the house. That's why you need to get yourself a Stopbox Pro portable gun safe. You can make it non-portable. You can drill some holes in it, mount it to a place of convenience in your house, but it requires no batteries and no electricity. You simply come in your house, walk up to your safe, choose your finger button combinations, open a safe, remove your firearm from your person, put it in the safe. If you close your safe, just that easy, it's secure. So do yourself a favor, head over to stopboxusa.com/D410 and get all the information today on your Stopbox Pro. When seconds count, trust the only non-fail firearm storage box, Stopbox Pro, at stopboxusa.com/D410. Next question.
Well, I miss the days.
Good.
I got to see Sam Kinison live back in the day, and that was the greatest thing ever. Just a complete aside, but
Yeah.
a protester actually got in and had some sign, and Kinnison just shredded this guy for like 20 minutes. It was like the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my life.
But the irony is back then in the 80s, the people protesting were the evangelicals on the right.
Yeah.
Now it's the super liberals on the left. It's like the whole paradigm has shifted completely.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Cozumel.
No, that was
Where did you
20
go?
years ago.
Where did you go?
So this was a 7-day cruise. We left
Yeah.
on Sunday. Monday was hauling ass.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really haul ass. They actually just it's a
Open
day
water.
at sea, but you're just doing a big fucking circle because they're
Right.
staying close to the port, but they want to give you your time. So you're
Sure.
basically just driving a big circle at night. People don't realize this, not to go off on too much of a tangent, but on D-Day when we landed in landing crafts on Normandy, those guys were in those landing crafts driving in circles for like 7 fucking hours. So could you imagine being in a roller coaster like this for 7 hours, weighted down, and then all of a sudden they drop the ramp and say fucking run? You're like, wait a minute, I've been sitting like this for 7 fucking hours, my feet are asleep, and now I gotta run while getting shot at. So
That's wild.
yeah, those guys stood on those landing crafts for fucking ever to get that shit going.
I did it for 2 hours, and that was way too much. And I was
Yeah.
in a truck.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a deuce and a half when I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then have people dropping mortars on you. So yeah, we're driving around in circles, and cool thing is, you basically go to bed and you wake up at the port, and you can kind of feel it in your sleep. You'll feel the boat kind of stop moving, and you'll feel the screws turn off because you don't hear it, but you can feel when you're laying in bed, you can feel the screws turning.
I'm sure there's also some kind of
there's a low pitch hum.
and then once all stop, you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, and plus then the boat stops moving. And so
Right.
day one, I actually forgot about this so day one, the first video, now you're like, well, how the hell were you able to post videos? I did not pay for the internet package. Carrie did on her phone, so even though we lied to her and told her the cameras weren't working, so we can watch the dogs, more importantly, the kid to make sure she's home on the cameras. But that was $146 for one phone for 7 days.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm on vacation. I don't give a fuck. So what you do is
I would think they would have free internet by now.
tell me you've never been on a cruise without telling me you've never
Been on a fucking cruise, boys.
No,
I've never been on a cruise.
you have your inclusives, and then there's extras, and internet is fucking extra. And if you
Holy
think about
crap.
it, at $146 per person for 7 days, they probably made $2 million alone on fucking internet.
I bet they did.
Every kid had their phone, every wife had the phone. So I'm like, and so what they do, if you don't have internet, you still have the app, you still have to connect to their Wi-Fi. Their proxy server just won't let your device on the internet unless you pay them. So technically, you got internet because you have access to their hub, which shows you the calendar and you can see all the menus at the restaurants, and you can play. They have a planner so you can go through the calendar and hit like on the shit you want to do, and then it'll notify you, hey, half hour the comedy show starts. Get your ass down to deck, whatever. So it's really cool. And but yeah, so you wake up in different countries. The reason I bring up the cell phone, my father and I, and we've mentioned this before, I get all the scam calls intended for 70 and 80-year-olds because my cell phone and my dad's cell phone are still on our business plan from Mac Computers from 2003. It's technically in his name. So the people think the person when I answer, I'm 70 years old, and they send me all the scams. But our account is, and the reason we haven't updated, even though we went out of business, is our account is so old, you can't get the data plan that we're on for the price we're on. And perfect example, Carrie gets the fucking Grand Turks, which is to answer your question. Our first stop was at Amber Cove at Grand Turks. And that's where, not Amber Cove, Amber Cove is in Dominican Republic, but we're at Grand Turks on one of the island. And that's the video on TikTok. You see me drinking the Corona, and then I turn around and it looks like fucking fake. That's Grand Turks. How I was able to upload that. My plan is so old. When Carrie gets off the boat, her phone says, "Hey, turn on airplane mode or we're going to charge you fucking $13 a day."
Yeah.
I get a text message from T-Mobile saying, "Hey, your account's so fucking old that it includes international texting and speeds of internet for up to, hold on, boys, 256 megs per second." So I'm getting like 2002 DSL speeds, but I have internet. It takes me
Wow.
7.5 minutes to upload a video, but I got,
I was wondering. It was like I was texting you, and I was like, man, it takes a while for him to say something back, and it was like because we were having a conversation at the time, and it was like I don't know if he was like on the Wi-Fi, or you just had no signal, or what. But
so when we
wow.
were in civilization, I got free internet and texting. And if I made a phone call, it's like 25 cents a minute or whatever, but who's calling?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's how it will upload videos. But I can only upload videos when we're in port. And then when we're back on the ocean, forget about it.
Yeah.
And so the first day we woke up in Grand Turks. And then the next day, I think, was technically a sea day. And the second day, we woke up in Dominican Republic, which my first video I put Costa Rica because I had no idea. Because fucking second day in a row, wake up in a new fucking new fucking place.
Yeah.
And that place was cool, but we didn't go out into the city. Carnival kind of had their own little area and a relationship with this. It was called Amber Cove. It's a resort type place, but it was essentially a big ass pool. It was cool. They had a pool, and then it had zip lines, so people were zip lining all day. And they had little bungalows you could pay like $300 a day for, but why? But the cool thing is Carrie's stepdad runs a Facebook group. There's multiple groups with the same name, so I'm not worried about giving it out. They're called Cruise Junkies. And he had like 50 or 60 people from his group on this cruise that I didn't even know about. I interacted with like 8 of them. Then when we showed up for picture day, I was like, holy fuck, there's a lot of you.
Yeah.
But Carrie's dad's already been on 4 cruises this year. He's been on over 20 cruises. He's going on a 14-day cruise over Christmas, and the next year he's going on a 40-day cruise over in the fucking Mediterranean. So he gets him and his buddy owns a couple bars, so they get a lot of comps from cruising and casinos. So long story short, the reason I bring all that up is because it's important to the story. They've been to this Amber Cove place like 20 times over 15 years or so. They know one of the waitresses there. No, it's not like, oh, they know one of the, no, this lady's like in her 40s. She's been working there for fucking ever. They're like friends. And so
Yeah.
they reached out to her over Facebook saying, "Hey, we're going to be there Saturday morning on this date. Can you reserve the front row of seats?" And we got there. It was like working at the radio station again. Everybody's trying to get seats. The whole front 2 rows next to the pool was dedicated to us. So we, boom, seats,
Wow.
had a waitress that was dedicated to us, drinking all day long. Probably spent 4 or 5 hours in that pool. Yeah, so we got there at like 8. I think Carrie and I went back in at 2 o'clock because we wanted to avoid the crowd because the boat leaves at 5, so you got to get back on the boat at 4:30. So we went back on board, got food. Fuck it, we got 7 days. We're not. I was pulling like hour and a half, 2 hour naps every day. So I went and took a nap, and then we got up and went drinking and all that. So anyhow,
Yeah.
first day, Grand Turks. Second stop, Dominican Republic. Third stop, Nassau, Bahamas. Now I didn't get off the boat because we were in Nassau last year. That's where we went last year on the 3-day booze cruise, and we got off last year. If you're from Kentucky, Tennessee, New York, it's cool. Have a grand time. Water's beautiful. You can see some sea turtles. The water aside, it was so fucking hot. I looked at Carrie like, I feel like we're walking around fucking Naples. Yeah, let's go back to the boat. So last year we even got back on the because it's basically walking around touristy Florida shit, right? Except for you're in
Yeah.
Nassau. So instead of alligator heads and fucking redneck shit, it's it's more Caribbean style t-shirts and knickknacks and little cutesy Bahama based stuff. Instead of alligator heads and palm trees, it's more whatever represents
Well,
Bahamas.
Island.
that's where
Yeah.
you get all the good knockoff, you
Sunglasses and
know.
shit.
Yeah, that's where I got all my Oakleys and Ray-Bans and my Breitling
Yeah, they have a
watch.
lot of Folkleys, that's for sure. So we stayed on the boat because that was a new experience for us. We'd already been to Nassau. The new experience for us now was staying on the boat while all the rest of the motherfuckers are gone. So now there's only 4 people in the small pool. Now we can go to all the restaurants and not have to wait in line. So we stayed on in Nassau. And then Carrie had been watching Bob's weather page because she knew, because going into this, she was concerned about the cruise getting canceled because of hurricanes. And so we've been keeping an eye on those 2 storms that were out in the Caribbean. And that's why I posted, hey, when you're on a cruise line in the middle of all these squiggles, because that was like all the projected fucking hurricane paths was right where we were sitting on a fucking boat out in the ocean. But like I
Yeah.
told Carrie, worst case scenario it comes, when's the last time you've seen a news report of a cruise line getting fucked up in a hurricane? It doesn't because they'll go west or east, they'll get out of the way. But so we've been watching the weather. So now we're sitting in Nassau. It's a little cloudy, but I know it's great. Some guy walks by with his cell phone connected to the internet. The National Weather Service just announced that the cruise lines are redirecting their vessels away from Nassau due to the upcoming hurricane. And we're like, nah, it's pretty good. So we're sitting in Nassau while we're hearing reports about cruise liners, all the boats. Um, I didn't realize this until last year. Cruise cruise Cruises are treated like tables at a bar or a restaurant that never closes. When you show up on Sunday to get on that cruise to leave at noon, that boat just got there 3 hours ago with a whole different batch of assholes. And they kick them off, clean those rooms like a hotel. Those people who work on the cruises, they're on that boat for 8 months at a time. Those things
Wow.
are constantly going in and out, 8 months at a stretch before they end their shift. And so that's why
They
when you go on
probably
the boat,
service them at that time too.
that's why exactly. So when we're sitting at San Croix or Grand Turks for 5 hours, they're painting shit. They're fucking. When we came back on Sunday, we're waiting to get off the boat. We hear this pneumatic. I was like, well, I guess that's one way to clean out the beer lines because it was an air compressor. And the rest like, nah, I worked up. That's not how you clear out the lines. They had a pneumatic fucking grinder. They were popping. They're digging a grout out of 6 broken tiles. So while we're waiting to get off the boat, these guys are back there replacing fucking floor tiles behind the bar. So yeah, they're literally doing shit. Anytime that boat stops, dun 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 dun, like the old Looney Tune cartoons, the little robots come out and people start painting shit, fixing shit, waxing shit. So yeah, those boats run 365 days a year pretty much. And you never hear them getting caught up in a hurricane. So it's not like they go park them. No, they're
Yeah.
fucking out in the water. But anyhow, and so the final day was in the Bahamas as well, but it's the new Celebration Key. Basically, Carnival found a part of the island that's been undeveloped and said, "Fuck this natural habitat. We're putting in a pool." And they cleared out a huge. And this pool was, I don't know, the size of Universal Studios City Walk. This pool went on for fucking miles. It had swim up bars and shit, and it started raining a little bit. It was cool as hell, but like I told Carrie and her stepdad, this should have been stop one.
Yeah.
This is stop 4. We're all sunburnt. We're all broke. And by the way, we already had this experience at Amber Cove. We spent all day in a giant ass pool. Granted, this one's gianter, but I'm still going to stay in the same fucking 50-yard radius. How do I give a fuck how big it is? Whereas if this was the first day, it would have been like, holy, this is insane. But
Yeah.
now you've already spent a day in a. And by the way, Dominican Republic is a hell of a lot cooler than standing around the Bahamas. You got the same color water, but then you got the mountains, you got the cliffs. You're looking up and you feel like you're in a Vietnam movie. It's
Oh,
crazy.
is it mountainous down there?
Yeah, that's
Is
why
it?
we're in a pool because there was no. developed beaches within range to swim at. It was all just rocky cliffs.
Yeah.
So you're basically at a giant pool in essentially the jungle, and it's very, very cool. You're like, I bet there's fucking monkeys around here somewhere. And and so by day 4, now you're on just a sun blasted island with no true palm trees or anything and a giant pool. And you're like, I've done this already. So
Yeah.
it was cool. But I'm just saying they should have flipped it and took your ass to Celebration Key first. And then you're like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Ooh, where'd you go, fella?
My camera went out of focus.
You want to
Um,
talk food?
huh?
You want to talk food?
What do they got?
Little guys burgers.
They actually,
You know that fat guy in me wants to know what kind of food they got on that boat.
well, I still have the hub on.
Yeah, me too.
I still have the hub on my phone. I can give you the actual break. Oh no,
Come on, buddy, tell me what's on that fucking boat.
I can give you. Basically, the buffet's included.
Yeah,
It's open from fucking 7 a.m. until 3 in the morning. That's
I
pretty good.
think when we talked about this last year, you said that a lot of the restaurants are like all fucking
It's buffet
inclusive.
food,
Yeah,
but also included, meaning you're not paying additional. And
right.
I did that.
Grab a plate and eat.
They have Guy's Burgers joint, which is Five Guy quality, if not better, hamburgers. You go in there,
Nice,
Yeah,
those
they're
nice,
shit, man.
nice greasy flat
they're
top.
coconut,
Fucking,
and just like that video I posted where Bert
Mm.
Kreischer's telling Guy, he's like, your best contribution to society is the Guy's Burger joints on the Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best food. So that's free. And like Bert said, you walk up, give me 3 cheeseburgers, 3 large fries. Here you go, fatso, enjoy. There's no limit.
yeah.
So you have that. They didn't have this on the last boat I was on. They had, I call it Shack's Chicken Shack, but it's called Big Chicken. Think of, it's basically Shaquille O'Neal's cross between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. Fucking chicken
Okay.
sandwiches and chicken tenders and fries. Great food, perfect.
Right.
So when you have those two places on there, I really had no desire to go to buffet food because you can go to Golden Crown, it's still fucking buffet food. It's
Yeah.
it's mediocre food at best. Then you had the Blue Iguana, which serves up true Mexicanish style. It's not really Southwest because they only have one type of cheese, but it's tacos, burritos,
Like a guanamilla.
breakfast burritos, but yeah, but more food truckish.
Okay,
You know, you can get
that's fair.
that great fish tacos, or you can get fish burritos, shrimp tacos, shrimp bowls, carne asada, and something else. Then you had
Also buffet style.
no, it's like
Just walk
Del
up, grab
Taco.
a plate.
it's
and
like
fucking give me shit.
a minimum version of like a Moe's or a Chipotle, but better,
Okay.
but more authentic, really,
Sure.
less Americanized. Then they had a little seafood shack you could pay out of the pocket for, get lobster tails and all that shit. Reasonable prices. I just didn't do it. And then they had like a little,
Seafood's always more.
they had this little place that served like Asian style dumplings and shit, which was included. You can go get like different dumplings each day, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't. I didn't get that. I did not get to go to Pig and Anchor. They have Guys Pig and Anchor, which is a barbecue shop. I
Mhm.
went last year and I know how good it is, pulled pork or ribs or whatever. So they have that, that's included. But then they have the Guys Pig and Anchor extended version, which is you sit down and order half a rack of ribs, but you're paying $13 a plate. Still not tremendously expensive,
Not bad at all. No.
but $13 a plate. And then they have a steakhouse, and I did a video on this. I didn't go to Fahrenheit 450 whatever. This is high end steak shit. Talking like $52 a plate. And
Holy fuck!
they have this. Well, when you're on a boat with 5,000 people and you got some money, sometimes it's nice to get out of the loud buffet and the loud
True.
and have a nice, quiet, as our friend Hanny would say, a white tablecloth experience. And that's what it was. It was a white tablecloth experience. But as I pointed out in my video, when I'm walking by a table at $52 a plate and you have A1 steak sauce on your goddamn counter, that's a travesty.
Oh man,
Putting A1 on a $52 steak.
come on! Salt, pepper,
They must
butter, a
not
little
have
bit of
cooked it
rosemary.
right.
We're done.
Then they have a sushi restaurant, which is paid for. Then they have a great pizza place. They actually make the dough right there. It's You can see it spreading out the dough.
Really?
That's
I love
included.
the pizza place. Yeah.
The pizza place is included. Then they had a deli, a hot deli, which is included, made like Cuban sandwiches and paninis and all that shit. That
Like
was included.
grill press
Yeah.
sandwiches?
Philly cheesesteaks, all that stuff
Oh,
in the Miami themed area.
yeah.
We went to a turf and surf restaurant. It wasn't included, but Rusty had his letters he gets for being a diamond member. They send a letter. This voucher is good at whatever restaurant for X amount of value. And so that was a $52 place, but he had a voucher for two free meals. And so we just paid for the one. And that was a
Okay.
white tablecloth experience. I got a steak. It was fucking awesome. Some of the best food I've had in a while. Um, so
Compared to the same old
yeah,
shit.
but it was done up in we're doing a four-course meal. This is done up by the chef. You have three items to
Right.
choose from. So I got the appetizer. I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh, it was some shrimp cocktail, whatever. And then I got my steak, and then I had my dessert, which was some fancy hot chocolate shit, ice cream and fudgy, whatever. And so that was good. And then we went to the free place and got a steak, and it was more like a TGI Fridays grade steak.
Mm.
Little inside baseball. When you go to the main dining, you can go every night to the main diner, not the buffet, but the dining hall, where it's sit down and waitresses and all that. It's included in your meal. They prefer after day one, they prefer you at least put on a collared shirt and don't come in with your fucking swimsuit on. They're not going to kick you out, but they prefer, hey, put on a collar shirt, button up shirt, you know, take a shower and come in here and get out of the sun for a little bit and enjoy a meal. That's included. Here's the secret. In your included meal, you can order up to two appetizers, two fucking entrees, and two desserts per person. It used to be unlimited, but
Damn.
people are fucking eyes are bigger than their stomach, and there would be
Yeah.
huge food waste. So that day, that's where I got the Applebee's quality steak. I had I got two appetizers. I had shrimp cocktail and calamari. So I had fucking calamari and shrimp cocktail. I had two
Yeah.
entrees. I got a Bohemian style jerk pork chop with rice, and then I got like a fucking 12-ounce steak with. I got a fucking pork chop. I'm going across the fucking protein
Damn.
spectrum. I got a plate with a pork chop.
Wow.
That would be a single meal at Applebee's, and then I got a plate with a steak, which would be a single meal at fucking Applebee's, and then my two desserts, and I crushed that. So yeah, when you go on a cruise ship, you can have two desserts, two appetizers, and two entrees per person. And what
That's
most people do
badass.
is they just take the second dessert back to the room.
For
Um,
special time later.
yeah. Um,
Here, honey, take a bite of this out of my ass
they
crack.
got a handful of they got a sushi restaurant, and so the point being is if you're balling on a budget,
Yeah.
there's plenty of great free food, not free but included, and you'd be perfect. Now the guy's burgers and the Shack's chicken, it has 7 to 10 it's breakfast, and then from like 2 to 6, and then after 6 it closes. So after 6 you're either going to the buffet or one of the free joints. Pizza
Yeah.
place is open until 2 in the morning. So there are plenty of options if you're balling on a budget and you don't want to pay per plate, which Carrie and I really didn't. We only paid the one time. Now there are two places that are kind of cool. One of them's a sushi restaurant, and there's an Italian restaurant. Your first trip's free, but like if you go back a second night, it's only $8 a person. So it's still cheaper than fucking McDonald's, and it's quality food. And
Right.
so there's plenty of food options that won't nickel dime you completely. Now, there is the drink package. You have the alcohol drink package, and here's where they get you on this. Mike, you and your wife go. She's not a drinker, even if she
Mhm.
is. In this storyline, she's not a drinker, but you are. You both have to buy the drink package because they don't want you buying it and giving her your drinks. On a
That's
7 day
gay.
cruise, that's $475 a person. So now your cruise just increased in price by $825.
Right.
So for a lot of people, including us, that was out. Here's the secret to that. Not a secret, but Carnival will allow each adult to carry one bottle of wine and one 12 pack of soda. So if you're not a fucking alcoholic or you don't plan on drinking 15 drinks a day, bring a bottle of wine. I killed mine in the first 3 days and killed hers in the last 3 days. It fucking worked out great. And then
Was
I
it
supplement.
the wine that you took last time?
This was legit wine. I didn't have time for the wine I took last time. Um, but because we did a little bit of gambling in the casino last year, we got free drinks in the casino. So we'd go drop $10 in the slot machine and get like a free $15 rum and coke or whatever, and maybe win a little money on the side, and plus add more credit to our casino skills for the next cruise we go and get more benefits. And so if you don't want to buy the drink package, they do have a soda package, but it's like $45 a day or some shit, which is still kind of pricey.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to buy the soda package or the beer package, there's free water fountains all over the place. There's free lemonade and then like free iced tea. And then in the morning there's orange juice, apple juice, and fruit juice. So there's beverages. And the one thing they started on this boat, you're like me and Carrie, we brought our own 12 pack, right? So I got 12 pack of cherry Coke. She's got a Diet Coke. We got lemonade. So you really didn't need to buy soda. But if you found yourself on the boat hankering for a soda and you don't want to go back to your room, they do have you swipe what they call your sign and sale card. Basically, you have a card that's like your key card to get in your room, but it's everything. Not once on the cruise. You don't pull out your wallet one time. Everything just gets billed to your room and charged to your debit card, right? So you just carry this one card with you. Well, you can take that card and swipe it and then fill up a cup, and they just charge you 21 cents an ounce. So if for some reason you're like, God, I really want a Coke, but I don't feel like going down to get mine, fuck it, swipe, fill up the free little, 8 ounce whatever, and pay 75 cents, and Bob's your uncle.
In
So
your room?
no, like when you're out,
In the hallway or something like that?
like where the food station. So when you go to
Oh, okay.
Guy's Burger and you get your hamburger, you
Yeah.
go over and they have the free stuff, and then they got the soda station. And then I found a Miller Lite station where you can swipe your card and pay per ounce to fill up your Miller Lite if you wanted.
Nice.
They'd have to stand in line at the bar. So that's an option too.
That sounds kind of like Universal. They have on the bottom of if you buy the cup,
Yeah.
they have the thing on the bottom. You take it to any Coke machine or whatever, and it'll fill up. You get free refills for the
So
whole
they got
day.
these little 4 ounce plastic cups everywhere.
Yeah.
Carrie and I just went down to the Carnival gift shop, and we got two for 35 Carnival Yeti style tumblers. We fill those up with lemonade, and that shit. I'd go to sleep the next morning. The lemonade was still cold. So
Yeah.
instead of people complaining, well, they give you these little cups. You don't have to use them. They'll let you bring your own Yeti. They don't care. They'll let you bring your own cup. Carrie forgot hers at home. So
Yeah,
we
you're
just bought
paying
some of
per
hers.
ounce anyway, so it doesn't
That's on
matter.
a soda. I'm talking about on the free lemonade. That's
Oh,
completely
yeah.
free. It's
Right.
included. But and they at the lemonade stand they put little green cups, but you can fill up a Yeti if you have one. So that's what we did. We bought they weren't Yetis, but they're carnival style tumblers. We just
Yeah.
filled up ice and lemonade and just kill lemonade, which worked great. It's still sugar, but for someone who's trying to get off a soda, here's 7 days where I was drinking one soda a day.
Yeah.
And so my point is for those you listen, there's plenty of options where free included food, included drinks, and then there's options to pay as you go or get the drink packages and food as well. Um, the roller coaster we didn't get on is $15 for like 30-second ride. I'm sure it'd been kind of cool to ride a roller coaster in the middle of the ocean, but we never got the desire to go up there and do that.
So you got to a point where you didn't see land at all, huh?
Oh, first fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's when it's real kind of scary. We
Yeah.
were outside on the side. It's fucking pitch dark. You can see a
Yeah.
couple lights in cruises.
Yeah.
And I told Carrie, I said, could you imagine being out there? You hear stories of people fall off cruise ships at night. You're fucking out there.
Yeah.
I said, now imagine being out there after your boat because everything goes back to World War II, after you just got fucking sank by a goddamn German U-boat.
Yeah.
It's pitch fucking black and you're getting picked up. It's just scary to look out there and say, holy fuck, you're literally in the middle of nowhere.
And you can't see shit.
You might,
Nothing.
you'll see cruise ships off in the distance, but they're
That's fine.
miles.
You see you see a glimmer of light off in the distance, but I mean, you probably couldn't even see your hand in front of your face
No, it's so dark.
unless the fucking moon or the stars were out.
It's so
And
dark out there.
yeah.
It's the in the daytime, the first thing you notice is how blue like
Right.
that water is. It's the color of the Carnival cruise ship is almost the exact shade of how dark blue and clean that water is.
Yeah.
Every time you see it. Now you see the teal stuff on the beach, and that's pretty,
Right.
but like when you're out in the deep, it's
Blue.
a blue that maybe the darkest corners of your room with your light on,
Yeah.
it's that color.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that was that. And but yeah, we had a good time. Um, any other particular questions?
Yeah. When is the Digital 410 cruise happening?
I don't know. I think we're gonna do one next year, so we can make it happen.
That'd be dope.
Because we when we got we spent a little bit of money at the casino, obviously for drinks, but we played roulette and lost.
Yeah.
But we were driving home. Carrie's mom wants to go on a cruise because she didn't go on this one for her 70th birthday. So Carrie's looking at some cruise options, maybe in July for them too, and I'll stay home. And Carnival's already offering us now instead of free drinks at the bar at the casino because of the little bit of money we lost casino. And the next cruise, it's free drinks fucking anywhere on the boat, so I don't have to buy a drink package.
Nice.
I'll say, hey,
Nice.
a little bit of money we lost in the casino, plus the money we spent on slots to get our free drinks. It's kind of coming around the back end, and
See,
so
my wife, because she's a redhead, she doesn't do tropical, so she always is, like, more interested in doing like other types of cruises. But I think I might be able to convince her to go at
well,
least
once
once.
again, this particular boat, and I'll have my video up probably next week. I got a lot of fucking content to edit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, well, last year I did a half-ass video, got 17,000 views. I might as well put a little effort into this one.
Right.
But there's plenty of spaces, there's
Oh
plenty
yeah.
of things to
Yeah.
do. I mean, they have bars, they got live shows, they got clubs, comedy clubs. Hell, I even went to the gym twice while I was on the fucking cruise ship.
Look at you go. All right. Putting
Uh,
in the work.
they have the running track. I didn't get around running because you walk so damn much. Averaging
Yeah.
15, 18 steps a day,
That's
18,000 steps
that's
a
that's
day.
for the diehards.
But you had to do 7 laps to get the 1 mile. But miniature golf for the kids. There's a full arcade just for parents listening. For Sam, perfect example. They got a kids club, 15 to 17. It's a kid. It's a place. They have literally fucking Xboxes, PlayStations, arcade games, music, places. Because that's where Sariana
Right
went
up
last
his
year when she
alley.
was 17.
Yeah.
Because the kid 18-year-olds can go to the regular club, so they have shit
Yeah.
and then they have shit from like 2 to 12. They have a real kids place. So there are places you to drop your kids off all day.
Right.
Um, it's just fucking cool. It's like spending 7 days in a Bass Pro Shop. Really, I mean, it's just they had this one bar. Rusty liked the Alchemy bar, but that was on level 8. On level 7, they had this cool bar. I loved it. I took so many videos of it. Remember old school Grand Central Station, Morgan, with the flip signs, the analog cards,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like when you watched Untouchables, you hear it. Exactly. So they had one of those above the bar, but it was like Universal Studios. The roof looked like it was stained glass um, sunroof. And your house is not sunroof, but
Skylight.
skylight. It looked like a stained glass skylight, and then they had what looked like windows. So you look like you're in a bar, and the windows had Arizona outside of them, or the beach, and all of a sudden, just like you're at fucking Universal Studios. This is the cruise director speaking. It was actually the cruise director, but he pre-recorded. We are now firing up the time machine, and all of a sudden you look up, and the board's and all the numbers are flipping like it's possessed, and it stops like we're going to 27 AD, and then the lights start shaking, and the windows frost over, and all of a sudden, in pure fucking 8K, it looks like there's goddamn dinosaurs out the window,
No way.
and the fucking whole color of the room changes.
That's cool.
This is the cruise director. We just want to remind you it is against Carnival's policy to bring any dinosaurs in your stateroom. Plain on, just straight out, straight lace, straight out of the fucking Universal Studios. And this is a bar. People are sitting there fucking,
Throwing them back.
5 minutes later, we're kicking off to and that fucking, and it's one, this is a real analog, it's reproduction, but it's not a digital, all the fucking numbers start going crazy and they're flipping, and you feel like you're Grand Central Station on movie Untouchables. That sound, and next it's like we're going to 2753 to see the future of space travel, and the windows defog and you're out in space, but here comes a Carnival space cruise line by the window. You see the Carnival 2750, and it was just cool as shit. And then all of a sudden, like,
That's
even
wild.
when they weren't doing the time machine stuff,
Yeah.
mariachi music come on. The sign didn't flip. Mariachi music come on. You look up, and the windows you're in Mexico. It was the coolest fucking shit. And then like the sunshade has like orange light coming in, like this it's
Yeah. Yeah.
sunset.
Yeah.
And then like a Jamaican song would come on. You look up and the fucking room's all shiny, and you look out the windows, you see like a beach and palm trees. It's fucking awesome.
It
So
sounds
the
awesome.
level of technology, and because this place is built in 2022, a lot of RGB lights, a lot of red, blue,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
lights, a lot of back
Yeah.
shadow. Very, very, very cool time. Great time.
I think it would be really cool to go if it exists. I don't know, but like a retro cruise,
Oh, we had 80s
that'd be
night.
cool to
I'm
take.
glad you brought that up. Where's
Oh,
Morgan at?
really? I
Waiting for
don't know.
Morgan.
I think he went to the bathroom. But I think it would be cool to go like on a cruise where this is what it was like in 1990, or this is
Well,
what
they
it was
don't
like in
go that far.
1985.
They do have They do have like rehab. They do
Yeah.
have concert cruises you can go on.
Yeah. Well, they used to advertise on K Rock all the time, the
Yeah.
ship rocked and all that stuff. Yeah.
So they had 80s night, and I want Morgan was
Morgan.
they had hot white night where everybody wore all white. We didn't participate in that. Our particular cruise group, because two of the members had cancer, we had breast
Oh,
cancer awareness day where we all wore pink. I got a nice button-up pink shirt to wear,
that's nice.
and so they had different things going on, but
Should
they
get
had
my dad.
80s night, and
Should
80s
get my
night.
dad out on a cruise.
Yeah, I want to. And for by the way, you guys, if you're listening to this, I was saying you can pay in advance. I found out they have interest free. You just pay $100 a month, even after the cruise. So let's say you and your wife want to go. It's $800 a piece, $1,600. You don't have to come up with that $1,600 right away. You just pay fucking $100 a month on it like it's a goddamn firm card.
Right.
And so it makes it even more affordable. But now that Morgan's back, they had 80s night. Does
Oh, right on.
this logo look familiar though to you, Morgan?
Oh yeah.
Vision
Oh
Streetwear.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're in our stateroom after our nap, and Carrie's like, "What are we gonna wear for 80s night?" So I didn't bring none of my stuff, and I had a Beastie Boys shirt on. She's like, "You can just wear your Beastie Boys shirt." I was like, "No, this is Check Your Head. It didn't come out till 1994." She's like, "Well, does it say Check Your Head?" Oh yeah, Check Your Head. She's like, "No one's gonna know." I said, "I got the perfect 80s shirt. I put this shirt on." She goes, "Vision Streetwear. That's not 80s." Yeah, it was. I was wearing Vision Streetwear skateboarding shoes in the third grade, 1984. She's like, "No one's going to know that that's an 80s shirt." That I said, "The real motherfuckers will." We get dressed and we go down and we're at the bar with the cruise junkies. And the first guy, I think his name's Jimmy, he looks like a 80s hair metal fan version of the comic book guy off The Simpsons.
All right.
Had the jean jacket with Ozzy Osbourne bandana on his back, straight out of the 80s. I walk up and he goes, "Holy shit, Vision Streetwear. I haven't seen those since 1987." And I just looked at Carrie. I was like, minutes later, another one of the guys walked up. He's got the LL Cool J bucket hat on. They were
Oh,
filming
the
two stripe
casual, yeah.
Adidas, but he had on a fake Adidas jumpsuit doing his Run DMC. He had his shell toes with the laces pulled out. He walked up and said, "Holy fuck, Vision Streetwear. I wore those back in 1983." I was like, "Told you." Vindication.
There
But
you
yeah,
go.
so it was cool. So we did that on the Lido deck at night. Once again, a lot of RGB around the pool. There's blue, red, and green, and they got a huge screen up out on the Lido deck. All the boats have them. The huge fucking 200, fucking inch screen. It's basically a bunch of LED panels. But on regular days, like on the way back, I was watching, and I need to rent it so I can watch the whole movie. During the day, they just play movies up there. I was watching Lion King, Mustafa. They're playing every day. They had different movies. Lilo, the new Lilo and Stitch was playing.
Did they play football on Sunday?
No, actually, outside of the Guys Pig and Anchor, they had the Heroes Lounge, which was kind of a USO theme thing.
Oh,
They had
cool.
they had the they had a whole wall of TVs playing Vikings and whoever was playing. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there was football to be watched if you're into that sort of thing.
Nice.
But yeah, so up on the Lido deck, they got a DJ playing live music, and it was playing all the '80s hits, and so that was cool. Rusty and his friends and a lot of other groups, they actually went on Amazon and got the old glow necklaces. So we had the glow necklaces on, and people and doing all the old dances, the footloose and all that stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds like you had a great fucking time.
Yeah, sorry to do 130 minutes on it, but it's hard to fit 7 days.
No, that I think Morgan and I at this point were well aware that this episode following your
Actually, to be
cruise
fair,
was
we
going to be the majority of it was going to be cruise related.
I think we did a good 20 minutes on viral videos from the 90s. So.
Yeah, you did in the
You
beginning,
know,
and then we segued. So
Yeah. But
well, I actually had no idea that you were on the cruise last week. Last Wednesday I was like,
yeah, I don't
hey,
think
it's
it got
Wednesday.
mentioned.
And then all of a sudden I start seeing videos and I'm like,
Yeah.
that fucker's on a cruise. We're not doing a fucking podcast tonight.
I almost was like, I wonder if Morgan wants to do a podcast without Don.
you guys could
But I
have.
was, but I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Don talks most of the time through the podcast, so
Well,
we're
you
gonna be
know,
sitting
You
here
and me
talking. We're
staring
gonna
at the
be,
camera looking at
yeah,
each other.
we're gonna be
that,
fucking
to be
talking
honest with
shit
you,
about old war stories and shit.
to
Fucking
be honest
talking.
with you, that'd be good practice. There's been, I think, out
Yeah,
of 217 episodes of the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast, there's been four
yeah,
where either Jeff and Henry,
right.
Jeff and Dennis have done them without me, and it works out fine, and it gives them the reps because and it's not that I'm trying to overtalk. It's just from being in radio, I still in that
No, you have that
traffic. I'm
experience.
in that traffic directing. I'm still, even
Yeah,
though this isn't live, I'm still no dead air, no dead air. So
yeah,
I'm always
yeah.
just trying to keep the
You're more familiar with that. I mean, we're not. I mean, even though we're getting more and more used to it, and we're trying to fill some of the dead space. Even when you stop talking, trying to kick in like, oh,
well,
give
that's
me
why
something, give
sometimes
me
I'll do
something.
that.
It's
I'll
like,
throw that
yeah.
long pause in there to see if
Oh, we know. Well, at least I know. I know. Trust me. I'm like, oh, fucking say something stupid.
but in all seriousness, cruises are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Don't listen to bullshit online because or carnivals. I've been on 3 fucking carnivals. Yes, we're gonna go on a Royal Caribbean one day, but it's a little more expensive and a little more bougie, and I don't mind having fun. That's why they're called the fun ship. I don't. So the Limelight nightclub is next to this boot. It's called the Alchemy Bar, and it's not a bar. They don't serve shots. This isn't a fucking shot. This is a bar where you go to get an old fashioned,
Yeah.
get mixed drinks.
Sipping drinks.
And these guys are there with their white coats on and their rubber gloves. You order a mint, and they have fresh mint plants on the fucking bar, and they're doing and putting it in and wafting. It's literally
Really?
a mixology bar. It's a show and not cocktail flipping bottles bullshit, but like mixing and measuring and like you order.
Those
It's
smoky,
mixology.
smoky
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah,
and
when
all
you
that
order
shit.
something with an orange in it, they pull out a fresh orange, get the fucking peeler and
Zest.
put zest in there, and they got the tweezers and they put the fucking grape or whatever. It's done
Fuck
to the
yeah.
highest. But right next door, sadly, and Alchemy Bar is Rusty's favorite bar, and on other ships, it's usually in a back corner where it's nice and dark and quiet. Sadly, it's right above the cool bar that with all the flashing lights and the flippy sign, and it's right next door to the nightclub called the Limelight. So Carrie and I are walking back, and Alchemy Bar is closed, but Limelight's going full force, like 2 in the morning. And this young dude, probably 24, he comes out and he's got a sweatshirt on. He's drunk and he's hot. Yaks all over the floor, right next to the Alchemy. His tile falls down. His poor girlfriend's damp rag, clean him up. Well, I'm fucking hot. Takes the sweatshirt, lobs it in the air. It falls down into the puke. So now you got 6 Carnival Cruise members cleaning up his puke. They're putting his sweatshirt in a biohazard bag. This ain't their first fucking rodeo. I've never seen this technique. And for any of you who work in the hospitality, they got their broom and their dustpan. They actually put a fucking biohazard bag around the broom bristles, poured their normal quick dry shit on the floor,
Yeah.
put the dustpan in a biohazard bag, push it in. So basically, they didn't have to worry about what are we going to do with this nasty vomit covered broom and dustpan. No,
Yeah.
they've done this so many times. It was
They just
whoop, whoop,
figured out
whoop,
how to
whoop, whoop.
cover it all up real quick. Yeah.
And dude just he gets up, he's people walking out making fun. He rally, let's go again. I was just a little hot, and they put his ass in a wheelchair and he fucking rolled his ass back to the stateroom. But he was ready to go for fucking round three. I
Wow.
guarantee you, he maxed out his 15-day drink card.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that was the closest thing to debauchery we saw was just this young kid just over his skis and just got too damn drunk as
That's
the
wild.
closest thing to anything that would be considered out of hand. But no, it just
I'm assuming you had laundry and all that shit on the boat
you can pay
or
for
ship.
laundry, but you're on a boat for 7 days, so you just bring fucking
Well,
18
yeah, but
shorts.
I'm assuming they had like, I
Yeah,
don't know if they had like a laundromat or
there
if
are
they
laundry
had.
services on there you can pay for.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Diamond member, you get free laundry.
Oh, okay.
They got a little area. I walked in there to iron my shirt. It was like a goddamn sauna, just two irons, and they made that room hot as shit.
Yeah.
They have irons you can get to iron your clothes. The beds kind of suck. They're just over glamorized futons.
Yeah.
You get a queen bed. It's just two singles pushed together. So then you got the Grand
So
Canyon. So you
so
try to
here's a question for you then.
Mhm.
Hotel bed or cruise bed?
Hotel bed.
Are hotel
Hotel
bed
hotel beds are real mattresses with risers. These are literally futons. It's
okay.
a metal frame with a fucking mattress.
Okay.
Now, when we got our cruise originally, the kid was going to go with us, but then she moved
Yeah.
out for a while. Well, fuck you, so we canceled her ticket. But our room was the same. So our cabin was, we had the two beds pushed together, but then up on the wall they had what would have been fold down. So like if you're going
Like a
with the
Murphy?
kids and you don't want to pay for two staterooms, they just had naval style with a fucking.
Oh, bunks.
They just fold down from the wall.
Yeah,
And it's
fold
just a
down
match. Yeah,
bunks.
yeah. And there's a ladder
No
to go up
shit.
there and toss your kid up there and Bob's your uncle. So instead of buying two rooms, unless you and your old lady wanted to, you can, save money and share rooms.
Funny
The
enough,
motion of the ocean, baby.
I fell out of a fucking berth one time, or a berth bunk when I was young. It was my uncle's boat. We were out fishing and we decided to stay overnight for whatever reason. I just haven't done that in fucking years, dude. And he had two berth bunks that would fold out like that. They strapped the first one strapped to the ceiling, the second one strapped to the other one. My dad was on the first bunk, and for whatever reason, he threw my ass up on the fucking second bunk up all the way up top. And the boat was rocking and moving and doing its thing, and I fucking rolled right out of that bitch right onto the fucking floor.
No, I
And
know.
I was like,
So
Now
when I
imagine
was
that, but
a
10
teenager,
high.
huh?
Imagine that, but eight
when
racks
I was a
high, like Navy
Yeah,
Liberty ships in the
yeah,
40s.
right, right.
yeah.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Morgan.
Morgan.
So when I was a teenager, my girlfriend's parents had a cabin down on the Oregon coast, and they'd
Nice.
let me come, and stay
Yeah.
for the weekend when they'd come to, go down to the beach. But there was a loft up in the room that my girlfriend and her brother had to share, and that's where I had to sleep. And one night, I guess I had to pee or whatever, so I, swing my feet over the edge of the loft, thinking it's my bed, and I took a step off. And next thing I know, I'm like 12 feet down, flat on my face,
Oh
and
no.
woke everybody in the house up because, of course, it sounded like, kittens
Yeah,
drowned in a Warner
yeah,
Brothers
yeah.
cartoon. And I woke up and I'm like, wow, what the fuck was that? And
Where am I?
everybody's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, but I really gotta pee. So, I just wander off to the bathroom and come back and they're like, you got any broken bones or anything? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
But
Since
yeah, I
you,
was like, watch that first step. It's a doozy. Yeah.
Wow.
since
That's
you brought up
wild.
bathroom talk, there are no fart fans in these stateroom bathrooms. So,
Oh, those bastards. What the
Oh my
fuck?
gosh,
How do
that's
you fuck
brutal,
that
man.
up?
well, I don't know, but there's plenty of bathrooms about. So, like, when it comes to time to drop in deuces and you know you're gonna blow that stateroom out if your old lady's in there,
Just go to the public.
you just go to one of the bathrooms up by the bar. There's no
Yeah.
fart fans. I will say the worst thing about a 7 day cruise is the bed and wiping your ass with cardboard for 7 days.
Ooh.
Because it's all they got reverse osmosis and on board,
Yeah.
water purification. So you're not using fucking not that they'd pay the money anyhow, but you're not putting Angel Soft on there. It's
Yeah.
RV grade toilet paper. Cool
Right.
thing is this new ship, obviously the generators run on diesel, but the main motors run on liquid natural gas.
Really?
Yep, it's a liquid,
That's cool.
liquid natural gas boat.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
But yeah, refrigerator in your stateroom. Mine last year sucked. This year kept my shit cold.
Little half stack or a full?
Little literally the Dometic
The
brand
Dometic.
half
Yeah.
stack.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
have it's all RV grade stuff.
Little mini fridge type thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
Dometic brand.
Yeah.
37-inch TV on the wall and had like Food Network. So like when
Okay.
we're not eating our fat asses fucking 12 goddamn entrees and eating all you do is eat on a goddamn cruise ship.
Yeah. Eat and drink.
I mean, you're literally eating fucking imagine going to Wendy's and an hour later going to fucking Chick-fil-A. It happened
Right.
on a cruise ship.
He went to Guys and then he went to
I did I know we
he
got
went to
there.
fucking
We
Shack
got even
Chicken.
left yet. I went and got two tacos. We're waiting to leave. I got two tacos from Blue Iguana. 5 minutes later, one of them got a fucking fry and a goddamn single
Oh
from Guys Burgers.
God.
Fucking, that's why I went to the gym twice, man.
Oh, I'm hungry. I
Did
think
you,
I'm gonna
did
go
you
get
have to
something to
run
eat.
back from Miami to burn it all off?
Yeah.
Oh no, because no. Oh, here's another
Ron,
tip.
Don's running down 41.
Here's a tip. I'm glad you brought this up. For those of you who were planning on wanting to go on your first cruise, or maybe you've gone on your second cruise and you never did this math, because Rusty's been on so many cruises, he told us this last year, and we did it last year and this year. Whatever your preferably is, look at the boat, look at the layout before you go, before you book your room. Figure out what you're going to be doing the most. If you're a degenerate gambler and you're going to fucking be in a casino all week, if casino's on the fifth floor, try to get your room on the closest floor rooms available.
Yeah.
So the Lido deck was on 16. We were on 15. But the Lido deck was in midship. Carrie got a room on 15 midship. So literally all we had to do was walk out the pool, double open doors, walk down 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, walk down, go in the hallway, and boom, there's our room. But you do so much walking. It
Oh
was
yeah.
funny, Mike. We got there on Sunday and the fucking Port of Miami must have been built in 1939. The roads.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting off the interstate. You got to cut across 4 lanes, get to the left lane to turn. It's a nightmare. Our boat was supposed to leave at 2:30. We pulled up in front at 11:15 and didn't get my car in a parking garage until fucking 1 o'clock. I thought I was gonna miss the goddamn boat.
Damn.
And so I had a carry-on luggage on roller. I had a garment bag with my sport coat, but we didn't go to they have an elegant dining night where you're supposed to we didn't go to it, so it was a waste of time. But garment bag, a sport coat, 3 button-up shirts, and a dress, and my book bag, with all my digital equipment in it, which I took my drone, couldn't fly it. 2 bottles of
Oh,
wine.
they wouldn't let you?
Dominican Republic was no Grand Turks closed airspace. I actually have video. It took off for a minute. Said nope. It automatically lands. You had to apply for their equivalent of an FAA extension.
Right, right.
So it literally wouldn't leave the ground. I got like
I gotcha.
literally 1 minute worth of video from it.
That sucks.
Fucking Dominican Republic, you could fly. DJI would let me fly, but this is where that pool and that fucking resort is. No drones signs everywhere. They don't want, and I guess it makes sense because you have zip lines. They don't want people fucking smacking zip liners or losing
Sure.
in the jungle. But they had signs, so I wasn't going to risk getting kicked out. And by then, it was like I need to try the other places. So I had my book bag on. So we check our rollaway, and so I checked my rollaway, my garment bag, and Carrie's bag, and so now I have on my book bag that I used to carry to Stan and Haney every day. It's an Element book bag. It's got drone, fucking all my gimbal, shoes. It's probably weighs about 20 pounds. I got a 12 pack of
Yeah.
soda in each hand, and we're walking. I told Chris, I've been training for this. Because I walk around my neighborhood with a rucksack, fucking French farmer carrying weights up and down my street. And then
Yeah.
we're walking upstairs, and lately, Mike knows I got that box. I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've been training for fucking this." So
Yep.
well,
Yep.
yeah, when you're averaging 15 to 20,000 steps a day, you're burning through. And with the exception of the French fries, I primarily eat proteins. Every once in a while, I might go grab
Yeah.
a cookie or that from the buffet. But as I said earlier, I had a pork chop and a steak. And
Right.
really,
Oh
so
yeah.
I was eating high protein, very little soda, drinking wine. And so I just went to the gym twice. But yeah, um, it was fucking good.
Nice.
Good shit. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So my point being, book your stateroom as closest to the area of the boat you want to be so that you're not, oh, we just grabbed the room on the fourth floor, but now every time we want to go to the Lido deck, we got to ride an elevator
Yeah.
to the 16th floor, and that motherfucker stops at every goddamn floor on the way.
Right.
Not express. It's, oh, stop at this floor because everybody's hitting the elevator buttons.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. Not everybody's mobile, but it should be a gut check time. When your ass gets on the elevator at floor 16 and you're getting off at 15, you can't walk down 8 steps and you're in your 30s. You need to reevaluate your life. 'Cause it's literally one, two, three, four, turn, one, two, three, four. And my second day of the gym, I was like, I fucking stink. I know I stink, and I'm not gonna torture people by getting on the elevator and going from the 18th floor down to the 15th, smelling as bad as I do. So I fucking took the stairs. I took one for the team because I did that the first time I went. I knew I stank. And I rinsed my shirt off, but I basically wore the same shirt the second day. So I was fucking ripe. So I fucking,
Oh.
we're working out in the gym for 45 minutes and I walked down fucking 7 flights of stairs. But no, I actually had to go up, which was even worse. So I was on the 8th floor at the gym and had to walk up to the 15th. So after working out, I walked up all those flights of stairs just so that I didn't stink people out of the fucking. Because these elevators are. Oh,
Oh.
I wanted to try this, but never got around to it. The maximum capacity occupancy on the elevator is 17 people. I'm like, yeah, 17 people in
That's a lot of people.
1932, like 1932. No, the maximum occupancy is about 7. And I didn't see this. I heard tale 2 different times. They have a scale in them. I heard
No
tale 2 different
way.
times. People said that a fucking buzzer went off and the doors opened and the display said, we have reached maximum weight capacity on an
Get the
elevator
fuck
designed for
off.
17 motherfuckers.
Get the fuck
And this
off.
wasn't even on luggage day. This was on fucking Wednesday in the afternoon because we've gotten so big.
Wow.
That and I'm sure at least one person on there was on a lot of rascal scooters on a cruise
Really?
Oh
being
yeah, I
parked in
bet.
the
Yeah.
hallway. And
Wow.
it's not just for grandma, it's for fucking 30 and 40-year-olds too.
Yeah, fatties.
But yeah, we've gotten so big that elevators designed for 17 people cracking open the doors when there's 7 people in there.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
That's wild.
yep, it's crazy. They still have all the photos and all that stuff. So good time. Do yourself a favor. You got a fucking vacation, go on a cruise. Even if it's a 4-day booze cruise, go. It's fucking fun. Just if
Oh
you go
yeah.
on a 4 days cruise, just know it's a 4-day cruise and people are gonna be drinking. And if you if you're gonna clutch your pearls and complain, don't fucking go because it's called a fun cruise for a
A
reason.
lot of family reunions when I went on mine in 2019.
Yeah.
Funny story from last year. It was another one of those nights, people drinking.
Not
As I said,
another
on
one of those nights.
both ships culturally, it's 50% whites. Actually, last year I think it was probably 65% black and 45% white. And it was one of those nights, another fight. And we were walking back, it's 1 in the morning. We're in the buffet room, and Carrie and I are walking. There's this young black guy, just got the World War II 1,000 yard stare on his face, just fucking staring off into nothing. And I walked by. I said, "It's all good, man. I know what you're thinking." He's like, "No, you don't. You know what I'm thinking?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "I'm thinking these white folk think us black folk don't know how to act." And I stopped. I looked at him. I said, sir, I'm from Kentucky. I've seen plenty of white people act just as bad. And we both had a laugh and when I walked on. But he was so embarrassed for his culture. He's like, I'm thinking you white folk think we black folk don't know how to act. And I was like, nope, I've seen it from white folk too. It's not a race thing. It's a culture thing.
Yeah,
And,
definitely a culture thing.
yep, it doesn't race be damned. It's a culture thing.
Yeah,
And to be honest with you, it's a lot of it's a financial thing, right?
sure.
I mean,
I can see that.
if you grew up poor, regardless of what your race is, right? You grew up poor, now you're in your 20s, your 30s, you're starting to make a little scratch. You can afford to, finance a $800 cruise, and you get on there, and it's the most luxurious thing in the world, and you get 15 fucking alcoholic drinks a day. You're going to act a certain way, regardless of what race you are.
Hmm.
White people do it too, and a lot of it's a financial thing. I can drink
Well, and it's
today and get all
it's
the free
really
food I want, and I'm in this luxury. Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
just like Uncle Eddie from the fucking Uncle Eddie from the Griswolds, right?
yeah,
uh,
He would be doing some crazy shit. And
yeah.
so,
well, it's they say don't get above your raisin, but some people don't know how to get above their raisin, and they get into a situation where they're completely out of their element, and they show it.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, and to that, like we were sitting there, and we were talking about me and Carrie were sitting at this booth, and to the left of us there was an older white couple talking about how they heard somebody complain about the no rap music. And then an older white lady sitting here, probably in her fucking 60s, 70s. And someone made a similar comment I did earlier about, well, sometimes the music brings bad behavior. And this fucking white lady, deaf as shit, and this ain't me saying this, I'm just putting this out for the story. She said, I don't fucking get it. If you're going to act like fucking monkeys, why don't you go to the goddamn jungle? Me and Carrie's like, let's get the fuck far
Oh,
away from this goddamn lady before someone thinks she's our
wow.
grandma and we're gonna get in a conference. So we just like have
Wow.
it up and like get the fuck away from this lady. Holy shit, woman.
Oh, fuck.
There's a nice African American woman sitting two tables down from her. I'm like, I do not want anybody to think that I'm fucking here at this racist ass bitch. It's like what the fuck?
But see that's that generation that was different.
Well, no, that's a
It was a
cultural thing
whole
too.
different thing
You
too.
know? Oh my
Well, see, I
God.
don't know about that. Hold on, because
What, a cultural thing or an
there's
thing?
not an age thing, because there's not much difference between you know chronologically between me and somebody. So I think about it. So right now, somebody in their 70s
Yeah.
could be my parents,
Yes, but
Sure.
the
and,
pop
but I
culture
don't
and
know.
pop
So I
culture
don't know if it
society
was
was a
growing
lot
up in the
different.
Northwest, or growing up
Yeah.
in the Northwest. My parents were actually, well, at least my mom was like a, Woodstock hippie summer of love throwback type of person.
So
So
I'm gonna throw it out there and say that your parents were born around the 40s.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
my mom was 45 and my dad was 46.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if your
So
parents were born in the 50s in Kentucky, they maybe,
yeah, I mean, so maybe it
or if
was,
your grandma,
a
or
Northwest
if your
thing.
grandma was born in the 30s or 40s in Kentucky or Alabama, their
See,
vocabulary and their views may be a little more different.
and
Yeah, I can
here
see that, I
and
That's where the
guess.
phrase "stuck in their ways" come from.
my grandparents were 1919 and 1920.
Mhm.
And that's 20 years earlier than your parents, but
100 years different in fucking culture and race relations.
right, right. My point is that we went, I don't know if you're familiar with Buddy Freddy's
Mm-mm,
in North Fort Myers.
mm-mm.
It's an all you can eat buffet right off of 41 by the Twisty Treat. in that plaza right there. Around for quite some time. It's closed down now, but it's been closed down for probably the last, I don't know, 5, 10 years maybe. Cool place. It was a place that when our family got together, that's where we went. Because it was, big enough table for all of us to sit down and you could get what you wanted. There was no complaints. It was relatively inexpensive. Nice place to go. Go all the time. My grandmother was sitting at the table when we were there one night, and there was a black family, whatever, and there was a bunch of little kids, and they were running around the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Just not like being crazy or anything. They were just running around.
Running circles.
Yeah,
Ice cream.
and my grandmother just popped up and just said, "Oh, look at all the little pickaninnies."
Jesus, Grandma, sit down.
And my father was like, "What did you just say?" But that was it was, that generation, it was just a whole different thing culturally at the time, you know. And
On that note,
wasn't that was like probably 15, 20 years ago.
Yep.
When that happened. So I mean, even 15, 20 years ago, and it was like, wow.
Well, on that
Okay,
note,
Grandma.
send any complaints to info@d-410. This
Yeah.
has been an episode of the What's Your Head podcast, the long cruise edition. The video will be up soon. Thank you so much. Head over to what'sinyourhead.com.
This has been a Digital 410 production.